Our top story this morning, new overnight, a deadly shooting after a concealed carry license holder opens fire on someone opening fire on him.
These fuck niggas out here hating. Yeah, I heard it through the pipeline. Rumors about how they gon' rob me in the nighttime. For real, they just waiting for the right time. But guess what? You never catch me without mine. Without mine. 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 You never catch me without mine.
Yo, what's good, man? This your boy Smoke Tails. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you got it on you, cause I got it on me. You know how we getting down on this end. Fatal shooting at Billings bar parking lot erupted during argument. Billings police said the early morning shooting outside of Billings bar involved gunfire from at least 2 people, including the bystander. Lieutenant Mac Lennox said in the press release the shooting at the parking lot of the Reno Club off Calhoun Lane started with a verbal argument. During the argument, a 46-year-old man pulled the firearm and began shooting at a 38-year-old man and a 42-year-old female, striking them both. The injured woman pulled the firearm and attempted to return fire when the 25-year-old man, described as a bystander who was not initially involved in the argument, pulled the firearm and fatally shot the 46-year-old male. Lennox said the investigation was ongoing and no arrests had been made. Police said that officers responded at 1:52 a.m. to the 100 block of Calhoun Lane for reports of a shooting with multiple victims. Officers arrived to find 1 person dead and 2 other people who were suffering from non-life-threatening injuries. This is why it's good to always keep it on you.
This noon, the Billings Police Department is investigating a shooting with multiple victims. Just before 2 a.m., officers responded to the 100 block of Calhoun Lane.
That incident happened here in the parking lot of the Reno Club located on Calhoun Lane. And as you can see, as of Thursday afternoon, law enforcement were still investigating the scene as an argument turned fatal and left many concerned about the amount of firearms involved.
I mean, it is scary. This town is really scary.
As Billings police cleaned up the most recent fatal shooting Thursday, the sounds were still haunting Jennifer Adams.
Then we just heard a ton of screaming,
Screaming paired with gunshots.
And what was really scary is we heard somebody screaming with like that, god-awful agony and pain. And that's when we knew.
Shortly before 2 a.m., police say a 46-year-old man opened fire at a man and woman, hitting both. The woman then pulled a gun of her own and attempted to shoot back. Then a 25-year-old man who wasn't initially involved allegedly pulled a gun and fired at the original shooter, hitting and killing him. Jennifer Adams heard it from her nearby house.
I've never had it that close, like in my backyard.
Police Chief Rich St. John says the parties knew each other.
A simple argument does not need to escalate to that.
The Reno Club posted its own statement Thursday afternoon alleging the incident stemmed from an abusive relationship, a situation St. John says is disheartening, but also raises some big questions about concealed carry laws.
And then here we are on a Wednesday night at a bar and we have a lot of handguns.
Montana has fairly loose gun restrictions. Gun owners can carry a concealed weapon without a permit in most places, with a few government and school exceptions. There are, however, limitations when a person is under the influence.
Anywhere you got, you got firearms, you got alcohol, that's not a good combination. So we're very, very concerned with that.
As for the 25-year-old shooter, questions remain about any charges he may face.
It's a homicide investigation, and potentially we could be looking at criminal charges if we can't establish, in fact, it was in self-defense or defense of others.
A shocking night that St. John says is completely unnecessary.
I think we're better than that. We need to be better than that.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
Yeah, man, so you see how they getting down out there in Billings, Montana. This is why it's good to carry a firearm and be ready to protect yourself, but it's also good to learn how to control your emotions. If you go out to have you a drink at the bar and chill, and you know you got a gun on you, de-escalation is the first thing you should do. All that arguing and all that bullshit right there, nah, that's not the way to go. But then the police say they still looking to see if it's gonna be self-defense. How? Protecting others. This man shot 2 people. Right? He pulled out his gun, shot 2 people, Lucky this other man was standing there and was able to save them. They probably would have been dead because she tried to shoot back. It's a good thing that she had a firearm on her, but you gotta train with your gun. But kudos to the man who laid that boy down out there for playing games. Man, this your boy Smoke Tails, man. Until next time, you never catch me without mine.
Without mine, you never catch me without mine. Without mine, you never catch me without mine. Without mine, you never catch me without mine. Without mine, you never catch me without mine.